Baltimore, good afternoon. It's Kelson representing the AM Click on B Moore's 92Q. Super excited to be with you this afternoon. About to say today, morning social schedule got me off. But this past weekend, I had the opportunity. Actually, I was like a kid in the candy store, but I had the opportunity to check out Baltimore County Police Department. They had a community hiring event. And so if you were looking for a job, this is definitely the place you should have been. But if you weren't there, no worries. We're going to recap everything today. First up, I do have Captain Paul Borowski. He's an employment section commander with Baltimore County Police Department. Good afternoon, Captain.
What's going on, Kelson?
How you doing?
I'm good. Good afternoon. I'm Captain Paul Borowski of the Baltimore County Police Department. I am standing in today on behalf of Chief Hyatt, who wishes she could be here, and she is sorry that she couldn't be, but she had a prior engagement. So again, on behalf of Chief Hyatt, the first thing that I would like to do is to thank 92Q for the overwhelming support of our hiring efforts. These local partnerships help enhance the relationship between the community and the police department. And the police department here in Baltimore County can't thank 92Q enough. This past weekend, we held our first hiring event of 2022 in recognition of Black History Month. And as you stated already, 92Q was there to support us and support the event. The event was held at the Solars Point Multi-Purpose Center in Dundalk. These community events are unique events that bring the community and the department together in several different ways, all with a focus on recruitment and hiring future police officers. The event included a showcase of specialized units and an informational panel, one of which of the panelists is on this call, on this podcast. The informational panel ended up being the capstone of the event. It included several current and former leaders of our department, all of which agreed to answer some questions about their journey into the profession of law enforcement. Overall, the event was a huge success, and again, I can't thank you enough. So once again, thanks for all the support, and stay tuned to all the collaboration that we are guaranteed to have in the future. Thanks for everything for
Of
Baltimore County.
course. Definitely looking forward to it. Before we go to the video to show some of the things that went down on Saturday, I want to bring in Corporal Wright, who was also there on Saturday. Good afternoon, Corporal.
Good afternoon, Kelson, and good afternoon, everybody. I'm Corporal Robbie Wright, Baltimore County Police Department Employment Section Supervisor, and I'm here to recap what happened on Saturday and the day's event. So let's get to it.
Okay.
So this event was the 5th community hire event we have had. This was obviously the biggest one we've done, and this was the first one we've done in the Dundalk area, just outside of Turner Station. And this was a very important event for us because, like I said, it's the first event we've done in Dundalk. This is the first event outside Turner Station, so we wanted to make this as big as possible. As you can see, just with the video right here, we had a really good turnout, the biggest turnout we've had for any of our events. So it was very special. We want to thank the community for coming out, showing support, and also just being part of our process, being part of our events. As you can see, we had a tent set up. We had recruiters on site. We had our giveaways available as well. As the video continues, you'll see recruiters speaking to members of the community who are interested in joining the Baltimore County Police Department. What you're seeing now are people who are waiting for the agility test. This was the biggest agility test turnout we've had in regards to our community hiring event. We also, during the event, we had on-site applications. As you can see, one of our recruiters helping people apply on site. You'll see more video of recruiters speaking to people. As the captain had touched on earlier, we also had a Q&A panel with past and current African-American members of our agency, which was the capstone of this event. Our hope is in the future, we make these events bigger, we make them better, we get more turnout. And also, in regards to this, we touch on recruitment. These events are big for recruitment, they're big for community engagement. We believe that our agency is nothing without the community, we're nothing without the community's help, and we're nothing without community members as part of this. As the video continues, you'll start to see footage of specialized units who helped us out. In the prior clip, you saw forensics unit. We talk about our community partnerships. You can see the 90Q vehicle there. Exactly. And those are big help. And these are the things that we talk about in regards to it. You'll see the AMRAP from the tactical unit. All of this, everything we do is not just the employment section. It's not just a recruitment unit. This is all an agency effort. This is a community effort to put these events together. Maybe later on in the clips, you'll see us having food on the offering from different community partners such as Starbucks, Chick-fil-A. This is a community effort. This is why we call them community hiring events. This is all community based, not just police agency, not just employment section, community based, and we cannot do it without it. So first, thank you for our agency partners who helped us. Thank you for the community that's helped us as well.
It was definitely a good turnout. I was glad to see all the different departments, working together for this community event. It was really, really nice.
And as always, as you can see here, we are currently offering a $10,000 signing bonus. So that's paid out during a person's time in the academy once they hit a certain benchmark. So that's
Mhm.
one of the things we are offering. As you also see down the bottom, we are currently offering a starting salary close to $59,000. So please spread the word. As you also see at the bottom, it's easy to apply with us. Just go to the website at the bottom, join baltimorecountypd.com.
Now, Corporal Wright, hang out for a minute because I got some more questions for you.
Mhm.
Right now, you spoke about the panel on Saturday. I want to bring up Colonel Andre Davis, who was on the panel and want to share about his experience with Baltimore County and also him being a Marine. Good afternoon, Colonel Davis.
Good afternoon, Kelson, and good afternoon to all the listeners. And Kelson, I appreciate all your support from 92Q and allowing Baltimore County to just be out there and promote ourselves.
Of course. So tell me about your background in Marine and how it prepared you for the Baltimore County position and the things you do with
Oh,
Baltimore County Police Department.
oh boy. I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps Reserves. I was activated during in '92, somewhere around there, for Operation Desert Storm, Desert Shield, for special operation. Um, just simply going through boot camp and all the physical training and the education piece definitely prepared me to come on the job as a police officer. I started off as a police cadet, 19 years old. As a cadet, I had already gone through boot camp, so that helped me to reach a certain level of maturity first, and definitely as far as being physically fit, able to shoot a weapon, and things like that. It just prepared me to be a police officer.
Okay. And then on the panel, you discussed being for Black History Month, just your involvement, how long you've been doing it, and the ranks you've been able to rise to.
Oh,
Real quick.
absolutely. And so I'm coming up on 35 years of service in June, and if you want to count my Baltimore City time as a cadet, then it will be over 35 years.
Mhm.
So yeah, it coming up to the ranks, it just shows there are opportunities for minorities to come into an organization like Baltimore County Police Department and succeed. But this success didn't come simply by myself. It came with mentors. That's one of the questions that we talked about. I have had many mentors to help me along, to teach me what I needed to know about the culture and to make good decisions. That helped me to rise to the level of where I am, and the things that I try to do now is pay it forward. I try to recruit, and then I grab some of the young folks and some of the minorities on the job, and I try to teach them how they can do the same thing in hopes that one day they will sit in my chair and take my place.
And so it seems that the reason you're part of the panel because the mentorship and being a community partner and being a community person is important to you.
Oh, absolutely. We can't forget what we come on a job for. I mean, when we come on this job, we really come on a job to help
Mhm.
and to help people, and we can't lose sight of that. And helping people is not just external, it's internal as well. And I think the happier that our police officers are, and the more knowledge, the more help they have, then that relationship with the community is just as strong.
In your line of work, what's been like the one thing that stuck out to you about the importance of being a community or using community involvement? 'Cause I think on stage on Saturday you shared about how the kids you do those for every year for the Christmas time, I believe.
Absolutely. What you're referring to, Shop with the Cop, and
Yes.
Shop with the Cop is something that I used to participate in. And every year, you take underprivileged kids. We raise money. Money is donated to us by booster clubs, and we take that money and we give it to the kids. Usually, each kid has $100, and I think one of the most touching parts of that is that kids are selfless. They buy for everyone but themselves, and a
Mhm.
lot of the officers usually come out of their own pockets to make sure that the kid also has what they need.
So tell me, because like I said, I was a kid in the candy store seeing all you guys on Saturday in the different divisions. As a colonel, what do you oversee?
Well, I oversee all of
Whoa.
criminal investigations. I'm directly under the chief of police. I run the Criminal Investigations Bureau, which is persons. Persons encompasses things like homicide and my violence, my SVU Special Victims Team, and my VCU is my Violence Crime Unit, and a whole lot more. I have Narcotics, Criminal Intelligence, Crime Strategies, everything dealing with crime. It falls under me in terms of violent and serious crimes, falls under me. And I always tell people it's like living a mini Dateline every single day. It's one of the greatest jobs I think in the world.
Well, Colonel, with all that, I'm surprised you have time to jump on here and talk to us, because that's a lot you just said what you do.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Thank you so much, Colonel Davis, for your time.
Thank you.
Now we have Corporal Robbie, Wright. How you doing, sir? Welcome back. Think you're on mute.
Apologize. So yeah, glad to be back. There we go. Glad to be back.
So, Corey, tell me about your position. Tell me about your position and what you do.
So, as I stated before, I'm an employment section supervisor. So that involves recruitment, but also reviewing background investigations. So, in regards to, let's talk to the recruitment piece first. So, I help set up recruitment events such as the community hiring event, but I also participate in whether it's going out to schools, whether it's going out to different sporting events, or just different things we might arrange with community partners in regards to doing presentations, just getting our message out there, letting people know what we offer. What our job entails and what our agency is. So it's pretty much all encompassing in regards to planning events, participating events. In regards to the background investigations, I review background investigations. So big part of that is as the investigators hand in background investigations, I'm one of the first levels of improvement, or I'm sorry, approval. So just with that, I look at the investigations, I see what a person's background looks like. And I say yay or nay in regards to passing a person to the next step of the process.
Uh-oh. A lot of responsibility.
So,
So,
go ahead.
So tell me, this weekend you had the Baltimore County Police hiring community event in Dundalk. Why Dundalk this time?
So as I stated before, we've had previous events in the Woodlawn area. We did one in Towson, we did one in Essex, and this was the first one that we did in Dundalk. I was a midnight supervisor in Dundalk, and I've noticed that outside of obviously our police precinct being there, we don't have much of a presence there. We haven't done a lot of events, particularly recruitment events there, and it was very personal to me as someone who had worked in Dundalk, had gotten to actually fall in love with the area, which is, it's funny enough to say, but, you know, I fell in love with the area. I really liked the area. And it was just something important to me to just go down to an area that we had not been to before and just really start to outreach to that area. Yes, for recruitment, we would love to get more officers, particularly from Turner Station, Solars Point area, that Dundalk Avenue corridor. But also just in a sense of just touching base with people that we have not done a lot of touching base with. It was just important for me to do that with this next event.
So far as becoming a Baltimore County Police Department police officer, tell me, what are some of the qualifications that you guys look for, require when applying for a position?
So one of the standard qualifications is obviously you have to be a U.S. citizen, valid driver's license, no prior felony convictions. We look for certain misdemeanor convictions that could disqualify you. We also have our drug standards as well. So one of those is in regards to marijuana usage. It cannot be within 3 years of you applying for the position. Um, so those are just kind of like the standard ones that we look for. And one thing that we had talked about when we did our Instagram live last week promoting the event is we're unfortunately, when we look at people, not everyone's going to be a perfect angel, right? But what we're looking for is people who want to help their communities, who are willing to work hard to, as we say, when we put the tagline at the bottom of the stream here, when we put it on our t-shirts, we put it on Instagram, we say we want people who want to make a difference, people who genuinely want to get out and help their communities and be a part of solutions in regards to helping any and all issues.
So let's talk about the pay, because that's very important to people looking for a job.
Of course.
They want to join the police department. What's that salary looking like starting off?
So our starting salary is currently close to 59,000, but as I touched on before, we're also offering a $10,000 bonus
Mhm.
that's paid out lump sum during your time in the academy once you hit a particular benchmark with that. So that's one of the benefits we offer in salary, but also we offer if anyone happens to join a job, they're interested in continuing their education, we offer tuition reimbursement as well. We also offer a very competitive retirement package as well. So those are just some of the things that we do offer because obviously, as you said before, people looking for a job, they're all
Mhm.
worried about the salary. Our starting salary is competitive. Also, our bonus is very competitive as well.
So in the unit, there are different specialized sections. Can you
Mhm.
share some of them? Because sometimes when folks hear Baltimore County Police Department's hiring, all they think about is patrol.
Right.
But clearly, it's more to that. That I even found out on Saturday.
Mhm. So, as you saw, in the video, I talked about our tactical unit. You probably saw a display from the bomb unit as well. Um, Also in the video, there was the boat from the Marine unit, which is a couple of positions. Colonel Davis oversees our part of our CIB unit, and as he talked about units such as Special Victims Unit, Violent Crimes Unit. We offer so many opportunities. One of the other opportunities that you also saw in the video was the Aviation unit. You can see them actually land in a helicopter, which is one of the one of the cooler units within our agency in regards to what they get to do on a day-to-day basis.
So before we even get to the picking what department we would be interested in, I noticed there was two practice tests there. It was a writing test, which I
Mhm.
probably could do, was also the physical agility test, which like I don't know. Tell me what can folks expect from the practice test they took.
So the written test was actually the official written test that we had there.
Okay.
So the people were actually they were applied, they sent in their application. Baltimore County Officer of Human Resources that actually oversees the written part, they were given the full test right there in regards to that. But yes, we did offer practice agility and the full agility on the day as well. In regards to the agility testing, it involves push-ups, sit-ups. It also involves a trigger pull and a slide pull test with a fake model of the handgun that we carry, and
Mhm.
also a mile-and-a-half run. I could just
See,
go over this.
I can do the first one. I was with you the rest of it.
and, and the thing is, the requirements are a lot of people get very intimidated by when I explain the test, especially the mile and a half run. That's why we encourage people to come to our events, and we even encourage them to take the practice to just see that it's not as crazy as they think it is. It's not as
Mhm.
hard. Just come out and see it. We were actually very encouraged. We had a lot of people take the practice agility, and a lot of them came out of it and said, "Oh, okay, yeah, I can do it." So we encourage people to come out and see the test, come out and try practice, just to kind of build up their confidence and kind of say,
Mhm.
"Oh, yeah, I can definitely do that."
I believe we talked on Saturday. You mentioned the fact that in the past you could only take the test once, but that's changed now, correct? The written test.
Yes. So in regards to that, we open it up so we can have unlimited attempts at it. Obviously, we have people who, in the past, it was like, look, you were sort of like one or done or a couple times and done, and it kind of really shrunk our applicant pool in the sense. Now we do offer multiple opportunities, and it's with the understanding of, sometimes life happens. You're not ready to take the written test on that day. You're not ready to take the physical agility test on that day. You
Mhm.
might just try it. You don't do great. We offer with the understanding that sometimes life happens, give people a chance.
So if we pass the physical, we pass the written test, we go to the academy. How long is the academy?
So the academy is 6 months classroom. After 6 months classroom, you go into the field training portion, which is 7 to 8 weeks.
Mhm.
Field training involves you actually riding with who we call a field training officer. You're getting the actual hands-on patrol experience. As long as you successfully complete that, then you officially graduate from the academy. So the academy usually runs about 6 months. You go to that 7 to 8 month field training portion. Upon successful completion of that, you go into graduation.
And does these, because it's like a school,
Mhm.
does this count for any credits towards a degree or anything?
So yes, it does. It actually counts towards an AA degree with CCBC. So
Okay.
that's Community College of Baltimore County. So it actually counts towards that. So many people who have gone through our academy have
Mhm.
turned that into a degree with CCBC, whether it's CCBC, Dundalk, Essex, one of those, and
Mhm.
then they parlay that into their bachelor's degree and continuing education. And I've touched on before how our agency does offer tuition reimbursement.
Okay. So I think we've all seen like Police Academy, the movies and everything.
Mhm.
We got a question from someone saying, is the Living Academy?
So no, it is 8 hour a day academy as it's set up Monday through Friday. You may have to work some select weekends, so you might have to work on Monday through Saturday, depending on what course of instruction you're in.
Mhm.
But however, Monday through Friday, you don't live in, you go home at the end of the day. And we treat it as we treat patrol people, treat it as we treat me in my position. You work your time during the day, you go home. The expectation is you report on time, ready to go, rock and roll, go through your day, do it all over again.
So it's no hazing, like, go get me coffee, go get me.
So none of the stuff you've seen in movies or anything
Okay.
like that. Nothing like Police Academy or anything like that. It's very structured. That's not to say it's easy. It's not to say it's
Mhm.
easy. It's not to say it's a walk in the park. It is very difficult. Our instructors, they go out of their way to train our recruits. Kind of get them in line, get them ready for life on the road.
Mhm.
However, all the stuff you see in the movies and everything, that's kind of like far out left field. So.
Okay. I think they have video from Saturday of some people taking the written test and the physical. If not, I thought we did. Maybe I'm moving too fast. There. No. This is when the color guard was.
So with this video, I think it played earlier. This is just a video of the honor guard unit coming and presenting the colors for our Q&A panel that Colonel Davis was a part of. And
Mhm.
just in this video, what you'll see is you'll see the panelists that we had on stage, which, as I expressed to them, I was very grateful that they all agreed to participate. It was no small ask in regards to doing this. This is the first time we've done this with our community hiring event. And these are great leaders within our agency. I was very excited for their responses, their insight, their experiences, the things that they can share, and just being in the room myself, just listening to everything, and just
Mhm.
speaking to people who actually sat in on it as well. Just hearing their experiences, their answers, their responses. It was a great success. I hope we can do more in the future.
Thank you, Corporal Wright. Now, one of the specialized units that we did have a chance to see in the video and I also spoke with on Saturday is the aviation unit. I want to bring in Sergeant Branham to the talk this afternoon.
Hey, Mr. Kelson, how are you?
Good in yourself. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
So tell us exactly what it is that you do.
So I'm the sergeant in charge of the aviation team. We have two different shifts that work throughout the day. Our helicopters and our operators of helicopters and TFOs respond to multiple types of calls. They might go for routine patrol just to check on an area. If you have a problem in your neighborhood and you might need an added police presence, sometimes we're there to do that. We support the patrol officers on the road with a helicopter if they're in a pursuit or if they're looking for a missing person. We have this wide range of things that we do with the helicopters. This is my 24th year with the agency. I started as a cadet. I got to plug the cadet program real quick. I know we're talking about police officers, but we hire cadets also, and that's where I started as a cadet. Captain Borowski and I both were hired a long time ago together and worked together. So got to plug the cadet program. It was a good start.
Most definitely. So you're part of the aviation unit. Do you still go through the same process as a patrol officer? And do you require any other special training for the aviation unit?
Yes, so our pilots usually come to us trained. We have a mix of Army and National Guard. We also have pilots that put themselves through flight training and came on a job and came down to the unit. Most of the folks that come down here have several years of experience. Our TFOs, our flight officers that do the work looking out the window and communicating to patrol officers, they all have at least 5 years of road experience. It's a very demanding job, and you need to be able to command people on the ground, and you need that experience.
Okay. How long would it take you to get the chopper up in the air if you got a call?
Oh, it's moments. I mean, our favorite thing is actually to be airborne already, just doing routine patrol and then respond to the call. It only takes a minute or so to start it up and get it out of the airspace and get across town. We're able to get places in the county very swiftly.
That was my question. Like, are you guys like always in the air doing your shifts, or it's like when you get a call, you go up and come down?
Yeah, so it's according to what the day has been, what our demands are back at the office. But we like to get up for routine patrol for as much of the shift as we can, and then if there's a call, we'll take it, and if not, we come back. Fueling kind of helps us with that. Normal lunch, dinner.
Sergeant Branham, if you know, like I admitted on Saturday, I'm afraid of heights. So
Yeah.
this aviation unit may not be for me.
No, honestly, and I love it when people say that, because I used to be that way too. I know there was a statistic that there's a majority of pilots are actually afraid of heights. It's completely different, and then most people that have flown commercially can tell you, when you get up in an aircraft and you go up above the ground, it's a whole other thing than getting on a ladder or getting on a some type of amusement ride.
Yeah.
It's totally different. So I love taking people up and having them say that, and then when they get there, like, this isn't that bad. I'd love to show you, but yeah.
I might have to try it with you, Sergeant Branham. So we'll see. Thank you, Sergeant Branham, for your time.
Thank you. Good seeing you again.
Of course. So listen, Baltimore County Police Department, they are currently hiring right now. You see, if you want to make a difference, definitely want to holler at them. Starting salary near $59,000 plus a bonus $10,000. If you want to apply, join BaltimoreCountyPD.com. Make a difference. See the chopper flying right there.
Yeah, that was us coming into the event on Saturday. Tight little area, but it makes it fun. And then,
do you need a certain amount of space to land, or?
I need enough that the rotor blades won't hit something they shouldn't.
Okay.
The more the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
It makes it a bit safer. But we really enjoy landing at any of these static displays. We love interacting with the public. You think about it, we're 500 feet above everything most of the time, so we won't get to talk to people that much. But these events are great to interact with the public, show them what the equipment does, help allay any fears of seeing us fly overhead, because a lot of times we're actually helping somebody. It's not so much that somebody's been hurt that we're flying overhead. And in the video you're seeing now was the last event that we helped out with back in the fall over at headquarters, just taking off from the headquarters building. And we'll go out, we'll do some routine patrol afterwards.
And looking at this view right here, I don't see why anyone would think they can outrun a chopper, because clearly you guys can see, further out. So
yeah, it's a force multiplier. I mean, the view we have is like no other. We can get up to some incredible altitudes, and the equipment we have can do some great work helping us solve some of the missions. And obviously, I mean, you can see the view. It's great just flying around a county. It's a beautiful county. And then you're going to see the hoist training. This is another thing our helicopter does. We use it for rescues. We perform multiple rescues over the years. This is actually just me doing some training. We do like quarterly training. Training obviously is a big thing in law enforcement. And this is one of the events where we practice outside of our hangar. And it's a simple thing like dropping a sandbag, but it helps you with a lot of the more complex or complexities of using a hoist.
And I can only imagine that the different elements, rain, windy, that makes your guys' job that much more challenging.
It does. It adds a little bit of risk to it, and that's how we mitigate it. We check the weather. We don't take unnecessary risks with the weather. But it adds a lot of challenges, and it makes it fun. If it was sunny and blue all the time, it would kind of take all the fun out of it.
Okay.
And this is that height thing. You think you can do this with us?
From my seat right now in my office, yes, I'm good.
This is actually one of the most fun I've had doing this job. I love flying a helicopter. I'm a pilot. It's great, but I think this was more fun. I like hanging out the side of the helicopter and doing that.
Wow.
And then that's one of our a rescue swimmer that they had picked up during training from the water. We do a lot of cross-agency training with other National Guard units and stuff. Nighttime flying, and then just a picture of our unit from a couple years ago.
Nice. Well, again, thank you for all that you do and help
Absolutely.
to protect the community and everything.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. We enjoy it.
Definitely. So if you're looking to make a difference, become a Baltimore County Police Department officer, or join one of their specialized units, make sure you apply now at joinbaltimorecountypd.com.